Welcome back to It's in the Details. As always, please remember to hit those buttons. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Today, I'm not sure where to start. There's a lot of things I'm excited about. Okay, let's start here. Squid Game. Okay? Squid Game. I'm not going into Squid Game today. Okay? I know if you watched last week or listened last week, you heard me tell my friend some things about my watching preferences, specifically where Squid Game is regarded. And I know it sounded like I wasn't going to watch it for quite some time, but I watched it. Y'all. I didn't just watch it. I watched it in 2 days. Yeah, full binge. We went full binge on the Squid Game. I was not going to watch it. And then a friend, just kind of out of context, we were texting about something, and she just said, "You may want to watch Squid Game right now." And I let that message just sit for 3 or 4 days. But every time I moved, every time I took a breath, I was like, why did she tell me I need to watch Squid Game right now? So finally, I started it on Monday. I watched 4.5 episodes and went, listen, y'all, it was like the Olympics. I was watching episodes like I did not need sleep. Okay? But finally, as you heard, half an episode. I watched 4.5 episodes and I had to duck out. I had to hit stop and get out of there. And I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep well at all that night. I'm not saying it's Squid Game's fault. But what I am saying is I watched 4+ hours of Squid Game and then could not sleep. Okay? You do that math however you want. But it's good. It's really, I see what the fuss is about. But like I said to you last week, if you listened or watched last week, I said I'm going to have a friend on and we're going to discuss Vincenzo, and there's likely going to be spoilers. So get watching now so you could participate in the episode. That same friend, in a couple weeks, we're going to be talking Vincenzo and Squid Game. And please get to watching. Get to watching so you can participate fully. But man, it's not, I know I just finished saying I did not sleep well that night after watching 4.5 episodes. I finished it and I slept good last night. Okay? I slept good after finishing the second half of the season. It's not spooky. It's not a horror thing. It's gory. But I was just restless. Maybe it was the not knowing. Maybe it was leaving half an episode unfinished that left me restless. But it's a journey. I'll put it to you this way. There is a portion in the first episode where they're walking a bunch of people through some stairs. There's multiple staircases and doors and all sorts of colors, right? And the way it's breaking down on the screen, I'm looking at it saying, this is the kind of show that is going to give me nightmares. Okay? Nightmares. Didn't give me any nightmares, but I was restless. Couldn't hang with it. But, I made up on sleep the next night. But 2 days. I talk a lot about how much I binge. I don't binge a lot. It's very scarce. But I binged the heck out of Squid Game. And if you start it, you'll see why. It's hard to turn off. It's really hard to turn off. I don't know what else to tell you. It's like a pack of Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop. You know? You just can't stop. But Squid Game's coming. Full debrief of Squid Game is coming, just not by myself. I have a friend on to talk about it. The other thing on my radar right now is something I talked to my cousins about several episodes ago, and it is Queens. Queens is a hip hop drama coming out, starring Eve, Brandy, Naturi Houghton, and Nadine Velasquez. And they are an ex hip hop group. They've gotten back together in their 40s because someone has found some money that they think they can make. So they're trying to put the group back together. And I had my cousins watch the trailer or a trailer on the episode. You got to see their reaction live. They were pumped, to say the least. I brought it up because it's of our generation. These are they're like 90s rappers that are coming back now. These people are familiar to us, right? The show should be familiar to us. I've sought out some other trailers. So I've watched a few trailers on this show. I'm hoping it's good. Based on the trailers, I'm not sure who they are trying to sell it to. But for some reason, there's a disconnect with me and what it seems like it's going to be, right? And trailers are trailers. I once saw 2 trailers for a movie that Maisie Williams is in. Maisie Williams played Arya on Game of Thrones, Arya Stark. So they showed 2 trailers. I think one was during a football game and one was something else. Can't remember. Saw a commercial. The first trailer was badass. It was Arya Stark, essentially, playing whatever character this is. She was rough and tumble. She was a badass chick doing all sorts of stuff, right? The other trailer was a relationship drama. What's the movie about, guys? Which one is accurate, right? Because I've seen bits and pieces of Queens that made me think, ooh, this might be like an all-black female Empire, maybe, right? I'm a big-time Empire lover. I have not finished Empire. I still got like 7 or 8 episodes to go. But I have not finished Empire, but it felt like it might be female Empire, which I'm ready for, right? But some stuff I've seen today, it's like, it's an ABC show. ABC is Disney. Is this Disney? Is this like a Disney hip-hop black drama? Or is it Empire? Right? And again, I said trailers are trailers. This is why I typically stay away from trailers in general. I don't want you infiltrating my mind with advertising before you give me what the meat is, what the show is actually about, what the movie is actually about. So I'm trying to I'm scrubbing all the trailers from my mind, and the show comes out Tuesday, October the 19th. Yep, that's right. Tuesday, October the 19th. So I'm pumped to see it, and I hope it's good. I'm not going to judge from that first episode because that's probably going to be hot garbage. It's probably not going to be very good. But episodes 2, 3, 4, 5, they really get into the story, start developing the characters, then we'll see what goes on. But don't watch any trailers for Queens, okay? Just don't. Listen to Eve, Brandy, all them, the ladies that you want to see are in it, right? Just watch the show and we can go from there. Because if the show is like these trailers I've seen, these real life rappers and actresses' careers might be over. Like their characters' careers were over back when they were rapping in the 90s. Speaking of music, I've been watching so many music videos in these past few weeks. So many music videos. I've stayed away from music videos most of my life. When it was music video time, when music videos were always on TV, you'd watch them. I'd even record some of them. So I watched them over and over again. But then I reached this point in my life where I was like, let me just get the music. Let me forget their visuals. Let my brain come up with some visuals for what they're doing with these songs. So recently, I started watching some music videos. It started out, I'd say, with Corde. Corde is a rapper who's very interesting character. And most interesting to me, just on the periphery of Corde, is Corde is Naomi Osaka's boyfriend. Okay? He dropped out of school, became a rapper. He's a hustler. He's very talented. He seems very smart. He seems like he might be a nice guy as well. My favorite thing about him and Naomi Osaka is that in the history of tennis, the whole history of tennis, you can't find a boyfriend of a female tennis player who was anything like Corde. Just could not happen. Just could not happen. There was no way. Who would it be? Who would have been dating the Corde of their time? Steffi Graf? No. Definitely not Martina Navratilova. My bad. Not Martina. Martina Hingis? Who? Conchita Martinez? No, not gonna happen. Venus and Serena were the first ones where you're like, okay, we might get a rapper in the stands, right? And Serena did, I believe, date Common. Common is not Corde. They're not the same kind of vibe at all. So bless you, Naomi Osaka, for bringing Corde into the light of women's professional tennis fandom, because I just enjoy it. But I digress. I started with Corde's video. There's two of them, actually. He did a song with Anderson .Paak, and it's called RNP. They did a lyrics video, which is a dazzling visual representation of this song. The song's great, too. I mean, just RNP, Corde, Anderson .Paak, just check it out, right? But they also did an actual video moving people on the screen, which is really fun to watch as well. So that's where it kind of started. I am also an enormous Radiohead fan, okay? Enormous Radiohead fan. I love Radiohead. I have only listened to Radiohead's music. Never watched any of it. Never thought, why don't you jump on YouTube and see what Radiohead did with their videos? Never really thought about it. And still, now that I'm talking to you, haven't really done that either. What I did do is look up live videos of Radiohead. And they have, there's a line of videos called In the Basement. Radiohead has done many of their albums recorded in this basement studio structure. If any of you out there are Radiohead fans and you have not watched any of these In the Basement videos, trust me, you are missing out, okay? Because that's what I found out. I could not believe I had only been listening to their studio album productions, because obviously I love them. I'm talking some of these songs I've listened to hundreds and hundreds of times, okay? Just repeat, just hundreds of times, Okay, road trips, Radiohead. That's what I'm doing. But the recordings in the basement, okay, watching them bring in each instrument on a song, watching them dancing and having a good time to their songs, just the live representation of these songs. I don't know if I'm ever going to listen to them. I don't know if I'm ever going to listen to one of their studio albums again. Like, it's so good. And there's a period of time in music where I don't know how else to say it. Everybody was high. Everybody was high on something to help them create the music that they're giving us. There's a lot of people. I mean, you could look at the numbers of musicians that overdosed and things like that. That's sad stuff, but it was kind of a fact. So, I'm watching Tom York, lead singer, Radiohead, probably lead everything, Radiohead. I'm watching him perform live in the basement to these songs I know by heart. And in my life, I've never seen anyone having a better time doing anything than watching Tom York singing and dancing and vibing out to his own music, his very own music. It's like one of two things is happening. Either they've never played the song better, he's never heard his music sound better than it did in that basement, or he's high as a kite. And that's not fair. That's not fair of me to make that assumption, and it's probably inaccurate, right? He's probably completely lucid, and he's just so passionate about his music, their music, that he is just vibing out. And you got to see it. You got to see it to believe it. If you're a Radiohead fan and you haven't seen this yet, put Radiohead in the basement. 2, 3, 4 different albums will show up, and just sit and watch. Just sit. I'm not a very sad, cry, emotional person, and I didn't cry, but a couple songs had me close. Just almost feeling what he was feeling. Like he is such a great performer, but almost feeling that vibe of, I've never heard this song sound like this before. And you thought you knew the song. So if I've just listened to it that many times, he's been playing it, he's been singing it, and it sounded better than it ever has. So I encourage you. You got acts, you got musical acts that you love. Jump on the YouTubes and see if you can find versions of their songs live that you've never heard before, never seen before. And maybe it's even better. I mean, they're not as good as Tom York. They're not as good as Tom York. So Radiohead has all of their instruments, have all their musicality. They have all of that great stuff. But the thing Radiohead has that nobody else has is Tom York, because the musical instrument that is his voice is capable of doing things that no one else's is. The other people have their styles of music and their singing voices and choices that they make. Fine. He's singular. He is singular. Am I in love with Radiohead? Maybe. I know I'm fanning out. I'm fanboying. They're great. They're spectacular. It's almost religion in this household. But I love them. I think you should check them out. I will acknowledge their lyrics and music can from time to time skew a little dark. I acknowledge this. This isn't the type of music that's going to make you want to get up and do some exercise. Okay? This is for the most part, you're at the end of the day, you're just simmering out, you know? You've been answering emails you don't want to answer, you know? you've been hearing the same damn questions from your kids over and over and over again. Yeah, the sky's blue. Why? Because it's blue. You know? You've been dealing with that all day. So you're just tuning down at the end of the day. You pop in some Radiohead and you just chill out, right? So just check it out. Just vibe with some Radiohead live in the basement. And just one last final piece. I've talked about women's basketball a fair bit on the show. This might be a little bit late, but there's still time. The WNBA finals are happening currently. Game 2 comes out tonight. I'm recording this on Wednesday. So, best of 5 series. You still got games left. Go watch them, right? These ladies are balling. We got the Phoenix Mercury and the Chicago Sky. A battle of 2 absolute legends, Candace Parker and Diana Taurasi. Apparently, they don't like each other so much. Nothing happened. Nothing popped off between the two of them in game 1, but Phoenix lost. And I can't imagine Diana Taurasi, who was just voted the greatest of all time by the fans, is going to be too happy about that, losing game 1 at home. So game 2 is about to pop off, and then I would imagine game 3 is going to be something. But man, these 2 ladies, I think they know they're legends. I think they know the kind of respect that they probably should garner. But damn, these ladies are complaining like just complaining for every call. It's the thing about the NBA that I don't like so much, where everybody is whining for a call every play. That I touched the ball fell out of my hands. It must have been a foul. Just Diana Taurasi's putting up shots, following through and hitting people in the face. She got a foul called so she could take some free throws, and then slapped a woman in the face and got a technical foul on the same play and was still complaining. Okay? So, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. I don't see any other women on the court complaining like these 2 complain. They probably should be allowed to complain. It's just not that fun to watch them complain all the time. But the level of basketball is so high in the WNBA. So high. These women are so damn skilled. It's none of this they're skilled for girls. It's not that, okay? I don't even know if I need to say that. Maybe it's assumed. But I'm telling you, these women are balling. Crazy skills. Not a lot of flyers, not a lot of high jumpers. Okay? Not a lot of them, but there are a couple. Chicago Sky, teammate of Candace Parker, Kalia Copper. She's going up to get some rebounds, and she's fun. She's fun to hear talk in interviews. And there's a whole. I mean, you got another teammate on the Sky, Vandersloot. Earlier in the playoffs, put up a triple-double. I think she had 18 assists. At 18 assists, triple-double. The second triple-double ever in WNBA playoff history. Y'all, the WNBA is where it's at right now. Get some. Thank you very much for joining me on It's in the Details. As always, remember to share, like, subscribe, rate, review, comment, wherever you get the show. See y'all in a week. Take care. Peace.